Hello guys, this is Josue. I just wanted to show you what's the update, the progress on the Power Tools and Tools Manager System API. I just wanted to show you a little bit about the code that I added. Basically, what I added is authentication and authorization for users, which is gonna work with GitHub. Basically, we're using some packages here for GitHub to be able to kind of like authenticate with GitHub, um, with our account of GitHub without just having to create an account and all. And what we use is a passport. Passport initializes and sets a session, and it gets the GitHub client, the secret, and all that, which we create on the GitHub. And then what it's sent here to the index. When we get the login, passport authenticates with GitHub. So it's going to throw us to authenticate with GitHub, authorized access, and then we're going to be logged in. And log out, well, it's just backwards, right? Just logging out. And then what else I added? Well, the verification URL is a GitHub callback, which returns what is being sent to GitHub. And here on the middleware, I created an authenticate function, which just verifies if the session has a user. If it has a user, well, just next. Or if it doesn't have a user, or if it's undefined, well, we'll get an authorized access. And this function, we utilize it in our routes. For example, get all and get power tool by ID. We don't need that because we're not editing or managing information. We're just presenting and requesting it. But with the post, put, and delete, we're actually making modification to the database. So we want that to be protected, or protected from any changes. So we pass the method is authenticated that comes from middleware, and then if it's a user is logged in, we go to the controller, delete, update, or create, whatever. And that's basically what it does. So I'm gonna show you here on the app. Well, here we have the render up and running, and then we have this message that it says that we're logged out. When we go to API docs, we're gonna see that we have actually access to the get requests. But once we want to add, post or edit or delete, we are going to get a message saying something specific, which is unauthorized access. Alright, and an error is returned because we don't have access to delete this actual tool. So let's head back to the base one. Head back, and then we hit the login route we created, which is gonna take us to the GitHub authorization. And because I'm already logged in, here's my user from GitHub, and I'm gonna show you here. It's just that doesn't all right, here. So basically, I just created an OAuth application, and we have here our homepage URL is gonna be this one, which is serving our application. Then we have the callback, which I was telling you is an authorization. So basically, the application sends this to GitHub, and GitHub compares it, and it says, yeah, it's everything good, and it gives us access. So once we're logged in, we can go ahead to API docs and try to modify actually I don't want to delete that one. I want to delete the test I have here, a test one, this one right here. I'm gonna delete this one. I don't need it anymore. So try it out and execute it, and perfect. Code 200, knowledge true, and basically it deleted the test one. So let's try it out again, and as we can see here, it's not here. Yep, so that worked. And that's basically for the authorization and just verifying that a user has access to modifying important documentation and information data from our database. I just wanted to show you also, if we go ahead and try this one out, I'm gonna leave that as it is, and we're gonna have a problem here with condition and status, because these are predetermined. For example, condition, it has to be fair or good or new. I don't remember well, but it had to be like in a specific set of options. So if we just execute it like that, we're still gonna have an error because we have data validation saying condition must be one of new, good, fair, or poor, and we're just putting string. So we still have that. Even we're logged in, we have to go with the a specific data structure and specifications that the API uses. And that's it for me. That's it for the application. That's basically how it works. And yes, thank you.